Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Cookie Clicker with Lone Debater 7. So, you probably have noticed since last time we now have a different background or different texture for the game, and that is because we have switched from the Cookie Clicker 2 game that we were playing over to the original Cookie Clicker game. The reason for this is it does not appear that the Cookie Clicker 2 game we were playing through, I don't believe it has an ascendancy feature to it, and the ascendancy feature is pretty interesting and pretty cool, part of what I really like about Cookie Clicker. So, kind of since last session of Cookie Clicker, I've started a new game on the original version and got up to 693 ascendancy levels in the first ascendancy, so I can afford a bunch of upgrades and stuff. But I was kind of gearing up to go into the first ascendancy, so I thought, hey, let's go ahead and make first ascendancy tutorial / guide for Cookie Clicker version 2.031 or Cookie Clicker in July-August of 2021. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show an ascendancy guide. So the first thing that's worth talking about is it's worth your time to kind of sit and farm golden cookies. Yes, I could have ascended, technically speaking, and gotten all the upgrades that are a must-have for the first ascendancy approximately 400 ascendancy levels earlier, or lower than where I'm at. So I could have done it about a day's time worth ago is what it breaks down to. But by farming that extra day, or 400 to 500 ascendancy levels like I have done, I should be able to buy a couple of extra upgrades on the first ascendancy, and realistically speaking, an extra half day to a day's worth of play to generate an extra 400 to 500 ascendancy levels is not that bad. Granted, I am using a macro, and if you get less lucky than I was on golden cookies, you may not get it. Basically what you're looking for, if you have the wrath cookies spawning because of the grandma apocalypse or whatever, if you decide or elected to go that route, you can get the elder frenzy, which is a 666 multiplier to your cookie production and click bonus. So that's really powerful. With an auto clicker, you'll generate a lot of cookies that way. There's also the normal golden cookie 777 click speed one. There's a curse fingers, I think, is another one from the wrath cookie side. And then the wrinklers can be useful if you want to bank up a large amount of cookies over time, and then just when you have the 100 quintillion cookies you're banking up, you pop all these wrinklers and get another maybe 50 quintillion or something cookies. It's helpful because that's a lot of cookies, right? So there's a couple of strategies on that, but either way, I did it in about a day longer than it should have taken for me to get the required ascendancy levels. So everything I'm earning right now is just extra. It's going to shorten the time for me to do the second ascendancy, which is kind of cool. And it also means that my multiplier going into the next ascendancy is going to be a lot higher because I'm sitting at almost 700 instead of around 300. So that's pretty cool. Once this golden cookie runs out, we're going to sell off some buildings and see if we can round out and get a couple more achievements. If you're new to Cookie Clicker, when you ascend, you lose all your cookies, buildings, and upgrades. But you get heavenly chips based off of your legacy level up in that top right corner. So we'll get 694 heavenly chips for our first ascension, maybe more depending on, what happens here over the next 2-3 minutes while we prepare to hit the legacy button and ascend. Because you should prepare before you do this. Since you're going to lose the buildings anyway, it doesn't matter if you sell them. You're going to lose a lot of money selling buildings, okay? It's just a fact of the game. But if you can get achievements, it's worth selling these buildings. So I'm going to save this one. The portals I won't be able to take anywhere. Those I won't be able to take anywhere. Those probably not. These probably not. That one maybe. These two probably not. So what I want to see is if I can get the cursors, and I can't. I'm 5 quintillion short. So if I sell the rest of these, does that give me enough? Oh my gosh. So close. We were so close to being able to buy that. That's a shame. I was hoping to get sextillion fingers, but that's alright. Yeah, we're not going to get anything even if I sit here and click. Okay, fine. We'll just sell all of these. Then we'll switch over to the buy menu and hit 100. Now, I don't believe... Let's just look at our achievements real quick. I don't think we have the banks at 200. We do. Temples is where we need to start. So if we can get temples to 200, That'll probably be the only thing we can do. Yeah, we're just short, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and ascend. 695 levels, perfectly fine. You want to look and see if you can round out some, like if you're 10 buildings off, for example, from getting an achievement, it's worth doing, you know, like save up the cookies and get that achievement, because it'll be worth more production when you reset. But okay, let's go ahead and do this. So do you really want to ascend? Yes, I really do. So you get an achievement for ascending the first time your cookie breaks. It goes into this black screen, and then you come out here into your prestige. So prestige level 695, heavenly chips 695. When you hit reincarnate, you start over. Before you do that, you want to spend your heavenly chips. So we forfeit 335.8 roughly quintillion cookies is how much we made in that first ascendancy. So just to give you an idea of how long we played. So let's go ahead and get legacy. First one we have to do, you get a permanent 1 cookie per second bonus based off of your prestige level. So we just already gave ourselves almost a 700% increase in cookie per second. Persistent memory could be good, but let's get permanent upgrade slot 1. This will allow you to place 1 upgrade, and it will be free and permanent across your ascendancies. So we're going to go quintillion fingers. That's why I was hoping to get 300 cursors, because then I could put sextillion fingers in there. The next one's 20k, so that's a ways off. We can get How to Bake Your Dragon is a good one. I think that bought, right? Yeah, it did. Okay. Then... So we've got 585 left. We'll get heavenly cookies and all 4 of these, because these give you a lot of different cookie types, which are all percent modifiers. So those are all really good to unlock. So we've already spent roughly 210 out of our 695, and that got us these. So I would say that's about a bare minimum. So like maybe 250 prestige level is the bare minimum I would suggest ascending for the first time, just because you want permanent upgrade slot 1, you want to get How to Bake Your Dragon, you need heavenly cookies, you get a 10% permanent multiplier on cookie production, and you want to get all 4 of these, which is another 100. So I believe that's like 220, something like that. But you want all of those upgrades for sure. Starter kit, you start with 10 cursors. That could be pretty good. It's only 50. The other option for you, depending on how you want to play, so this is what I wanted to talk about with Ascendancy. So if you plan on playing passive, meaning you don't plan on playing the game all day, every single day, you plan on taking breaks and closing your browser out and stuff like that, Twin Gates of Transcendence and this line is going to be worth a lot for you. So I'm going to buy the first one. It's only one chip, so that's not very expensive. And what this does is when the game is closed, you make 5% of your regular cookie per second for 1 hour after you close the game. So that's fine. Beyond an hour, this is reduced by a further 90%, and your rate goes down to 0.5% of your cookies per second. So you get basically nothing with the first upgrade. You can upgrade how much of your regular cookies per second you get, and how with the angel side, and then you can go this side and retain, and this increases how long you get optimal cookie production for. So the first 2 cost 14. That's not too bad, and I'm buying these because I'm not up 24/7 with the browser open. So if I can get it far enough that it will work for when my browser's closed, like that would be great. But this is starting to get expensive. 300. There's other stuff I might want to buy. Like I should have bought persistent memories. I might have had enough if I didn't buy this upgrade. Or no, I wouldn't have had enough. I didn't have the 500 for that. I was already below that, so that's fine. I'm gonna go for heavenly luck to get the golden cookie bonus, because those really do. That's what gives you the most of your cookies, I feel like. We can't afford anything else off of there. This is just a cosmetic thing, so I'm not too worried about that really. Let's see. I mean, we could go for the cursors upgrade, sure. We can't afford the grandmas. That costs 5,000. It'd be great if we 55,000 for this one, so that's pretty pricey, but that'll be a good upgrade. 10% more powerful clicks. But we'll get archangels, and I think that's pretty much the end of what we can afford at this point. So if I would have gone to like 1,000, I would have been able to get persistent memory as well. I can get heralds though, So I guess we'll get heralds. I don't know what those actually do. And then we need over 1,000 for season switcher. So this is the next big upgrade that you're saving for, is season switcher at 1,000. So we'll probably ascend again when we have about 3,000 to 4,000 ascendancy points. That will allow us to get season switcher, plus maybe 2 or 3, maybe all of these. I don't remember how expensive these upgrades are. And then we also might be able to go the next tier of these if we get a few thousand. So, all right. Cool. That's all we can get. I mean, let's go ahead and buy this since we have the point, so might as well. We can't afford this, but we can get the background thing. And it's worth your time because you do get achievements for filling out the entire ascendancy thing up here, right? So just bear that in mind. It is important. This is a very big aspect of Cookie Clicker in general, so it's worth observing. So this is what I spent our 695 cookie heavenly chips on from our first ascendancy. Legacy, permanent upgrade slot 1, which I put my highest level click upgrade, which is quintillion fingers. I bought the dairy selection, the wallpaper assortment, how to bake your dragon, heavenly luck, twin gates of transcendence, heavenly cookies, heralds. Then I got 10 of butter cookies, 10 of British tea biscuits, box of bran biscuits, box of macarons. Then I got starter kit. Then there's angels and Belphegor, Mammon, and archangels. So that's what I got in our first ascendancy. I hope that helps if you're looking for a general guide on when to ascend, how to do it, and what perks you should be on the lookout for, and give you some idea on what things cost for your next run through. So basically at this point, what we're going to do is hit this reincarnate button, hit yes, return to the mortal world, get a bunch of stuff: oblivion, from scratch, nihilism, dematerialize, and rebirth. Cool. And we're already making cookies. Look at that. How fancy is that? Buy that for 11. Sure. Let's go ahead and turn on our macro real quick, and we'll get a grandma up in here. Get a couple grandmas. Sure, I'll take that. Why not? Yeah, we'll get a couple grandmas because that'll scale our cursors as well off of the permanent upgrade that we have. And grandmas produce a lot more than cursors, so it makes sense to build those. With the macro, you can build a grandma relatively quickly, so it's like, might as well just save up. I can also save up and buy, like, farms. Those are pretty good, too. But this is basically what the game looks like. So you ascend and you start over, you rebuild all your buildings, but these buildings, especially once you build them all up and you get all your upgrades done and everything like that. So the upgrades you're looking out for are these ones. Unlocks 25% of your prestige level potential. So the last one, I forget how expensive it is, but you basically have to play through the game to build up to that point. And then once you get there, you'll get the prestige level modifier on your production. So like you'll get back to the level you were at relatively quickly. It'll be a lot faster than your first playthrough the game, and because of that, when you end up with the same building count that you had in the last playthrough or your first playthrough of the game, you'll be generating roughly whatever your prestige level was when you ascended. So for us, almost 700 times more cookies per second. So like if we have the exact same number of buildings that we had before we ascended at this point in the game on this ascendancy, this run through, it will be worth roughly 7 times more cookies per second in production. So we were sitting at like a quarter of a quadrillion, I think. So we should be sitting almost at 2 quadrillion cookies per second when we build back all of our buildings, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, honestly. So let's buy mine. Forget it. We'll just skip the farms. Why not? Why not, honestly? Like we can just sit here and bankroll a bunch of credits. And it doesn't take that long, and it's primarily because of the macro. Like, the macro kind of is easy mode. But I do that so I can get, like, progress through quicker, so I can deliver more content to you guys. If you're new to the channel and enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notified when I upload new content. I am an active channel, so it's not every single day, but it's frequent, so you will see uploads from me consistently. So if you're looking for consistent content, you found a good channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get told when I upload, because I do upload all the time. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, basically what the plan is for this, I'm going to play through this the second ascendancy, basically, to build back our buildings and everything. And kind of the plan is we're going to get to maybe 2,000 of these prestige levels before we go again, or consider going again. Realistically, we should probably go at like 5 to 7,000. Let's say 5,000. Let's just call it 5,000. If we have 5,000 prestige, we'll go up again. So that's a ways off, obviously, because we have to generate a lot of cookies in order to fill up those prestige levels, and they get more expensive as you go. So just bear that in mind, but not a big deal. I'm not scared. We'll get it done easy peasy. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and I hope to deliver that content to you. If you want to see more like progress videos where I show you me buying the buildings, kind of how I go about doing that, or what have you, let me know in the comments down below, and I can change the formatting so it's more focused on, oh yeah, this is me playing the grind through this number ascendancy. So we're on ascendancy level 2 is what I'd call it. This is the second ascendancy that we're working towards. So we're on the second ascendancy. So that's what I would call it, I guess. So that's how I'd refer to it as well. But if you want videos showing me progressing through the second ascendancy and then the third ascendancy and fourth ascendancy and so on, as opposed to just showing you what to do in the Pantheon at each time we go up a level type of a thing. So like, I'll probably, like, what my plan is now kind of is to deliver a video when I'm ready to go up another ascendancy level. And then we'll cover, this is where we're at, this is how long it took, and yada yada. These are the perks I'm getting, right? So let me know if that's what type of video you want, or if you would prefer, like, this is me buying buildings, kind of like what we're doing now with the background track and stuff like that, just kind of chatting and building buildings to gather us cookies quickly. Let me know, because I can adjust accordingly and deliver you more content potentially. Either way, guys, I've enjoyed making it. Be sure to let me know if you enjoyed it as well. And until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya.